Hey everyone, welcome to week 18 of 12 Months of Less. This month, brand new month, we are in May. We are talking about money. Money May. And with money, it's all about less debt or spending less money. And before we get into that, we need to make a budget. And that is what this week's challenge is. It's all about budgeting because before the month begins, you should really have a plan for your money, which is what a budget is. It's basically a plan so that you know where every dollar that you earn is being spent. And I have my good friend Alex here with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about budgeting because we use the same app, EveryDollar, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. All right, so Alex, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
When did you start budgeting?
Yeah, so I'm new to the budgeting scene. I started budgeting in January. I got engaged in December, and the reality that in 12 months I needed to pay for a wedding really set in, and I was just feeling overwhelmed, and I realized like I need to get my finances in order and really understand where my money was going so that I could save effectively.
Yes. What do you use to budget? I know I kind of mentioned it already.
Yeah, you stole my thunder. No, so I use EveryDollar. It is a free app, so go download it. It won't cost you anything.
You can afford it.
Yeah. And I just love it. It's so user friendly. I've been on it 5 months now, and you know, budgeting can be scary and overwhelming, and the app really simplifies it. You have 3 tabs that you use. You start out the month, I usually do it about 2 or 3 days before a month begins, with your planning tab, and in that you can put in your income and then all your projected expenses. So I put in my mortgage, my electric, I put in gas for the month, I put in restaurants, fun, like really anything that you're going to be using your money for.
What happens if you budgeted $75 for gas? But then, you know, halfway through the month, you're like, oh, I'm going to be way over $75.
Yeah. The next tab is your spent tab. And that's where, you know, every time you're swiping that card, you're adding in those expenses. You're seeing a progression bar that tells you, oh, you're in the green, but you're getting closer and you don't want to hit that red.
You don't want to hit the red, yeah. You don't want to get the red.
Don't go over. But, like, we're human and life happens and you can't budget for everything. I always leave about a little under $100 of flex money in my budget just to account for those discrepancies. Now, I don't think that means that you should, you know, just go on a whim and spend.
So what Alex does is she leaves some extra money, so it's not a zero balance until the end of the month where she's figured out where that extra money has gone. What I typically do is I do the zero balance or the zero budget, so I have a spot for every dollar, but then if I end up spending more than a category, I will readjust, and so like that $50 of fun that I budgeted, oh, we're down to $30 because I gotta put $20 to gas or whatever, or I will figure out a way to make more money, so I drive Lyft as like a little side hustle. So I'll drive more, or I'll start selling stuff on Facebook. I've been really big into selling stuff on Facebook, but that's another way you could do it too. So, you know, you could leave some flex money, or you can move things around. And like Alex said, no one's perfect, especially when you're starting out. Like the first couple months, it took me a little bit to figure out exactly how much I'm spending at the grocery store, on gas, different categories that change versus, you know, like your mortgage or your rent, which stay the same every month. So Alex, do you think that EveryDollar has helped you with saving for your wedding?
Oh, for sure. Put wedding as a line item that I budget, and it just makes you a lot more intentional. So I do want to add on what you just said, that figuring it out these first couple of months, but it also doesn't mean you have free reign. So you still have to be conscious, and don't just justify as, oh, I'm still figuring it out, or else there's no point to budget. If you're going to break your budget, there's that careful balance of like, EveryDollar holds you accountable as long as you hold yourself accountable as well. So if you can justify having to move some things around, then do it. But if you're just going to be like, okay, next month I'll get it. Then it's not an effective
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah, you gotta be all in. You gotta be all in. And with that, I will say that EveryDollar is free. You can pay, I think it's like a couple dollars if you want EveryDollar Plus, which is where when you're using your card, it will pop up so you can just assign, you know, you can say like, oh, that $30 Kroger purchase, oh, I'll just put it in groceries or whatever. But if you don't, what I do, because I use the free version, because I can afford free, but when I'm at the checkout counter, every single time, it's just a habit now, when it rings up and like the cashier is like ringing things up, she's like, your balance is $34.13. I literally have my app open, I just type it in, that way it's there, so I don't have to the next time. I'm like, oh, do I really have $200 still left in my grocery budget? If you miss, you can always go back and add it later too. If you're using your debit card, don't be using credit cards. You can look on your statement, you know, in your app and adjust, or get a receipt when you go. All right, Alex, do you have anything else you want to add about budgeting?
Yeah, I think one big takeaway that we've both talked about or seen in the time that we've been using EveryDollar is just this awareness of where your money is actually
Yes.
going. So if
Oh,
nothing
gosh.
else, if you're, you know, still not, you know, able to get your budget perfect that first time, and I still 5 months in, you know, haven't had a perfect month where I've budgeted everything right. I've had red at least once, but I'm learning and I'm adjusting every month. So use your last month to get yourself set up for the following month. Learn. If you're continuously going over in a budget, take money from elsewhere because you clearly need it.
When you do your first budget, I guarantee, if you have not been budgeting before, I just guarantee that you're gonna find money that you didn't even know you had. It happened to me. I know when I talked to Alex, she's like, where's all my money been?
Why haven't I been doing
Why haven't I done
this?
this before? Every person who I've talked to who has used the app, they always say that. So if you have no idea where your money goes, if you dread payday because your paycheck spent before you have it, if you want to know where your money's going and you're controlling your money versus your money controlling you, then get on a budget, a written budget every single month.
A digital budget.
What?
A digital budget.
A digital, yes. You will have success. I know you will. If you have any questions after you download it, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you out. And you can post in the Facebook group. Let us know how you like it, if you use it. If you have another way that you budget, let us know that too. We just have both found success with EveryDollar. I know she saved her wedding with EveryDollar. I paid off $5,500 on my credit card, and now I'm starting to pay off my car. Gotta get out of debt, gotta stop spending where we don't need to spend, so that way we have money for the things that we really want to do and what matters to us. Okay, that's it this week. We will see you next time. Bye-bye from Ashley, Alex, and Wrigley. Thanks for tuning in. Until next week, get those budgets done. Dun, 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 dun.